We are back with another glute workout today, except we've got bikini athlete Bianca. So I'm super excited to take her through a session. We've been trying to plan this forever. And for all you bikini girls, I know that I've been needing to post a glute-focused bikini training video. So Bianca is in off season. She's done a show last year. We didn't start working together until after her prep. I took over for her in her off season, and we've really just been focusing on putting density on her glutes and her hamstrings. At 5'4", she was about 104 pounds on stage. So our goal was to increase her stage weight to, again, bring better shape, better density to her glutes, her hamstrings, and all that. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. She's looking at doing a show maybe in spring of next year, so continue growing for the rest of the year, potentially starting prep in December timeframe. We've worked together for almost a year now, and she is absolutely incredible. She has the most adorable cats that she's always posting on her Instagram story. She's local here in Vegas. She's a server at one of the hotels on the Strip, and she's absolutely incredible. This is my favorite. Depending on how heavy you go, we may need to add an extra pad underneath. Okay. But what better way to start glutes than with bridges, right?
Right. Alrighty.
Have you ever used a setup like this before?
I have. I know EOS has one of these.
Okay.
I know it's a little bit different than the other one though.
So when you're doing these, you want to make sure that before you set it, pull it all the way back so it's sitting a little bit higher on your hips. And then make sure that when you bridge, your feet stay flat. So don't let your toes come up. Point your toes straight. And then you're going to kind of think about pushing your knees out a little bit. How wide you go really just kind of depends on your hips and what feels the most comfortable for you. But we can start here. So let's see how this should feel pretty light too. We'll start with like 12 to 15, just controlled, feeling it out. Yep, big stretch at the bottom, all the way up. Yep. Nice. Those look good. How does it feel?
Good.
Good? You kind of have a shorter torso like me. We might actually need this to be a little bit lower on your hips. That's okay. I feel like for me too, it kind of depends on the day. Some days I like it higher, some days I like it lower. Good. Yep.
That was 15.
Huh?
So that was 15.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and rack it. We're just feeling it out. Feels pretty easy?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna put my hair up a little bit more. So on the other glute machine that I have at movement, sometimes I notice that like my upper body will like slide up.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes, and it kind of depends. Like, it'll usually only go until the pad's about like 8 your low back, but then sometimes it can feel like it's almost limiting your range of motion that way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of depends too on what form you're using. Like with glute bridges, there's like hinge, so where it's closed and you're hinging this way, and then there's breaking, so you're pretty steady, and it's more the hips are squeezing under versus hinging this way. They're both good, and honestly, like at any point in time, like you can obviously go a lot heavier hinging and kind of using everything versus breaking at the hips. But it really depends on like your core stability, like what's not gonna hurt your back and what feels the best. For this one too, how tall are you?
5'4".
Okay, so I'm right about the same as you. On this one, I like to put my feet even like a little bit higher up on this, which I mean, that's gonna be different for everybody because I have shorter legs and a longer torso, where like Sam has super long legs. So, and she even brings her feet position closer here than me. But let's see if you do move them forward a little bit, how that feels. Okay. Keep in mind, this is gonna be heavier when you pick it up too.
Right. Okay.
How did it feel on your hips last time?
Good.
Okay, cool, let's do it again right there. The other thing that might help you with not pushing back too is when you glute bridge up, don't think about pushing back towards the mirror. Think about squeezing your glutes this way, like you're almost trying to move your hips forward in space. Point your toes straight, a little bit straighter. Yep, there we go. There we go, good. How's that feel? Good? Good. Good. It doesn't look heavy, you're doing good. Good, that's what, 7? I think 8. Good. 9. Good. Good. Good.
Whew.
That felt harder? All right, good.
Oh, yeah.
You made it look easy. It didn't look hard at all. That was good. That was 10?
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to stay here, we can stay here. But to add intensity, we're going to do some pulse reps at the top.
Okay.
So that's my favorite way to pump the glutes, because once you've, like, the stretch is really important, especially at the beginning. But once you've already got a pump, then if we just do little pulse reps from the top for like 10 more, your glutes are going to be on fire. It's good.
They're already on fire.
Yeah, good. I'm glad we started with these. This is great, because then we'll go into like some type of a squat or an RDL. Are you doing any like step back lunges right now? I know we've done those before. You are doing those? Okay, good. It just depends on what we wanna, there's a lot that we could do.
It's okay, you can destroy me.
I know, I'm like, do I wanna, the problem, like we have one session, right? Like there's so many things I wanna do. I'm like, I wanna squat, I wanna split squat, I wanna RDL, like I wanna do all of it, but we can't do all that in one session. It's too much. I won't do that to you. All right, we're gonna do 2 more working sets here with the pulse reps at the top. Okay. So that was pretty much.
Am I pulsing at the end or every
Yes, at the end.
Okay.
So we basically did 1 warm-up set. We added weight. Now we know what your working weight is. So that was kind of like a working set, and now we're gonna do 2 intensity sets. So now she knows her working weight. Now we're gonna add those pulse reps.
Okay.
All right. Good, big stretch, big squeeze. 2. We're gonna go for 10 to 12 full reps. 3, 4, slow it down a little bit on the way down. There we go. 6, 7, good. 8, good. 9, yep. Good pause at the bottom. 10, give me 2 more. I got you, come on, come on. 11. Last one, big up. All right, pulses, baby reps, let's go. 10, 1, 2, 3, bigger pulse. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, rack. Up, now rack. There we go. All right, that was good. That was a good working set.
Yeah,
You can stand up if you need to. Sometimes when your glutes are so pumped, it hurts to rest on them. That's how you know you had a really good set. There's also too, like all kinds of cool machines. Like we're gonna use that one too. We're gonna do like a bent leg extension. Incredible for your glutes. That's probably like one of my favorite pieces of equipment that's here. This is a Gluteator, if you've never used one of these before. There's also a standing hip thrust, which that one's actually not my favorite. And then this kickback machine is really good for feeling like you're tying, like right that bottom part of your glutes. So we'll probably, like, if you want to, we can mess around with some like fun pieces of equipment that you're not used to also.
Yeah, some of these, I know Team Elite Physique, I think, had that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
These two, I don't think I've ever used before.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, so we'll mess around a little bit. All right.
I'm dying.
How's your heart rate? It's 156 still. We're gonna wait. So if you guys wear a fit watch when you guys are training and your heart rate is up at like 150 to 170 on a good working set, that's awesome. That means you're pushing hard. But wait till it comes down to like 130 or below before starting your next set. So I always tell my athletes, even when I program a rest period, we want your heart rate to come down before you push again.
It's coming down.
Almost there. Few more deep breaths. Even if you feel like you're ready to go and your heart rate is still up, just wait. Because we're about to get it on this set. All right. How's it looking? All right. We're pretty close. Okay. Does that feel okay on your hips?
Yeah, it's just moving around a little.
All right.
Already.
Yep. Do you need help getting up?
1, 2.
Yep. Good. Good. 3. Good, halfway there. 6, 7, keep the core tight, core tight. Yep, 2 more. Come on, last one, then pulses, almost there. Big up, pulses, 10, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, rack. Good. Good. All right, done. No more glute bridges. You want to wait for your heart rate to come down in between sets because when we're training, you only get so many sets. So you want to make sure that you are maximizing each set, and if you don't take proper rest in between, or if your heart rate is still really elevated, odds are you're going to fail out early and you're not going to get the same amount of push as you would have if you didn't wait. So you don't want to gas out too early because then you're literally impeding your own gain. So we want to make sure you're hitting your rep range with the most weight possible. So waiting for your heart rate to go down is the best way to make sure that your form stays good and that we are maximizing that movement and maximizing that session. Thank you, Mike. Sometimes I just say shit and he's like, can you explain that a little more?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. Okay, now it's like, how often are you squatting?
Like twice a week.
Twice a week? How often are you doing split squats? Oh shit, it's Mary.
Squats?
Oh, she heard me. She's like, hey, it's Mary. What up, dog? I know. I was like, you stopped me. Then you side eye. I was like, she heard me with her headphones in. I don't want to interrupt your set. Hi, bud. All right. How do you feel about split squats in a fun way? Let's do some split squats. This is great for the glutes, and we're going to do it. Your glutes are going to be so dead after this. We're going to use a Rogers. Have you ever split squatted on this? All right, this is going to be fun. I'm going to go grab the thing. So, we're probably not going to use a ton of weight. We might not honestly use any weight. So, oh yeah, let me fix this too. Tall people. There we go. Sure. No, that actually doesn't feel too bad. I'm gonna move this forward a little bit. A little more. So what I'm doing is I want your front foot to be more forward. So I'm making sure that your front foot can be forward, but you're able to bend this back knee enough that it touches the floor. Because that's what's gonna keep it in your glute. So we wanna keep your knee behind your toe and right over your heel, but I want you to be able to touch your back knee to the floor so we can get the most out of that glute.
Okay.
So, that should be good. This is like the ultimate split squat. So, make sure that you don't rush these.
Okay.
Control it on the way down. Try to pause at the bottom, and then you can drive up. Yep, your front foot may need to be a little bit more forward. Yep, so mine was kind of all the way at the front.
Where do you keep your hands? Is my hair safe?
I kind of put them right here. Good pace. Good. How does that feel?
I think I'm a little too forward for me.
Do you feel like it's your quad a little bit?
Just slightly.
Yeah, okay, you can move your foot back. How's that feel?
Good.
Better?
Better.
Good. Nice. Good. Good. Good, that's 5. I want you to try to do 5 with the other side now. And just get a feel for it. Slow and controlled. You're getting a really good stretch in your glute. Yep, good on that back foot. Good control. Go ahead and rock it for a second. I want to mess with one thing just for you. I'm going to move this back just a little bit. All right, try that. Do like 2 more reps with it a little bit further back. So this gives you more room to push your hips back a little bit more if you need to. Does that feel better or worse? Better? Okay, good. Nice. Good. Yep, go ahead and rest for a second. So, do you feel that squeeze out of the bottom?
Yeah.
That's like that tie-in, right? So we're getting a really good stretch here, and then because your back foot is up, you have to drive completely with this to get out of there. Feel it? Right in your glute. Like, you might feel a little bit of quad and hamstring. Like that'll, like as you practice it and like, especially stretch your foot back and get comfortable at the bottom, you can control that a little bit better, but it should be mostly glute. Does it feel like mostly glute?
Yeah, I feel a little stretch, like when I go down, a tiny stretch like on my
in
other
this back
leg.
one. So that's because this hip is a little bit tight, which is okay. So if you feel a stretch in your back quad from bending, that just means you need to stretch more. You need to hit some of these to open up that hip. Right. So another huge thing with training your glutes is you have to open up your hips. Because like Bianca said, if she feels tight or a stretch in her quads from bending that back leg in a split squat, that's gonna limit her mobility and her ability to stretch and contract her glutes in exercises just like this. She's not gonna be able to sit as deep into a squat or be as good at pushing her knees out because she's locked up here. So make sure that you guys are stretching, opening up your hips, hitting these, doing like your runner stretches and all this, so that way you can get that full range of motion. Yeah? But you're hitting the movement well. Yeah. You're gonna feel it right now a little bit, but that's a good thing though, because that's something that you need to practice opening. How does the weight feel? Heavy?
It does.
Okay.
It's hard.
So let's go for 8 to 12 per side, slow and controlled. I'm more focused on the body position because you've never done this before. It's gonna make you sore regardless. All right. Good. Good. Slow down that descent a little bit. Abs tight. Abs and glutes directly connected. Yes. Big exhale on the way up. Yep, don't forget to breathe. Hold it, tight abs, exhale. Yes. If you get stuck at the bottom, don't worry, I got you. That's 3. 4. Yes, ma'am. 5. 6. Yep, for the tie-ins, girl, you got it. 7. 8. Yep. Good. I got you. Try to put a little less pressure on that back leg. I got you. 10, or that's 9. Sorry. Give me one more at least. I got you on the bottom. Yep. Good. Yep, and you can rest in between sides. So you can take 20 to 30 seconds in between sets.
Okay.
Nice. How is it? Her heart rate is at 173 from a unilateral exercise. That is how you know that you are working hard. Yep, take a second. You're doing great. She's like, you can kill me today. And I'm like, well, all right. She's like, split squats, all right. That's not what I asked for.
On period day 2.
You know what though? Sometimes you're stronger when you're like,
I noticed that.
I'm weaker before, stronger on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same, like the week before, it's like the worst symptoms.
It's
like
the shark week strength. It comes through, it helps.
I agree.
All right, let's get it. I love these. It's one of my favorites. Yes, good range of motion, good control. Yep. Good, deep. Yes. Try to sit a little more. Yes. Yes. Abs tight. Yep. Yep, good. A few more. Good. 2 more. Yep. Last one. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful. Good. Also, I should have asked you this from the beginning. Do you notice if one side is stronger than the other or weaker?
Sometimes my left, I think, is stronger.
Your left is stronger? Okay, good. So you start with your right. Okay, good. Yeah, when you notice that one side is stronger than the other, we want to start with your weak side. Because that's when you need a little, like, if you wait to do your weak side second and you're already fatigued, it's only going to make it worse. It's going to increase your risk of injury. Your form is probably going to go to crap. So you want to put your focus, when you feel your best, into that weak side because it needs more focus. Right? Yeah. That's a good way to say that. Yeah, you need that, you can't, yeah. You need to be fresh when you do it. All right. Yeah, take a second, take a second.
169.
Yeah, good, okay, good. You're drinking your water, that's good. Well, what else have you been up to, dude? Just working?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's been really slow though. It's just the season. Since it's summertime, there's not much going on.
Do you do like banquets or is it like at a, like what's your?
It's just server position at the, I'm at the Venetian, but it's a restaurant.
Okay, cool, okay, got you. That's crazy it's slower in the summer. You'd think it would be busier with people.
Yeah, but usually during the beginning of the year, we have a lot of conventions. So that's why it's busy. But when there's no conventions, they're pretty slow.
Okay.
Unless there's concerts in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Concerts do good though. That makes sense.
I'm like, I still can't breathe.
Yeah. No, yeah, take a second for sure. Oh man. What's your cat's name?
I have two. So the boy, his name is Piccolo.
Piccolo?
Like from Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And then my girl kitty, her name is Miss Penny.
Miss Penny. That's so cute. I know, she's always posting her cats on her story.
Miss Penny. And her last name is Floof.
She has a last name. I know, I love it. I love how she posts her cats on her Instagram stories. You see, Kelly got a kitten and she be posting it. It's so cute.
Didn't she name hers Penny too?
Yeah, I think she did.
That's a good name for a kitty.
Yeah. Yours is Miss Penny though.
Yeah, she's sophisticated. Okay, I think we should go again.
All right, let's do it. Let me make sure this is even. Slow and controlled. Good. Three, good. 4. Yes, ma'am. 5. 6. 7, good. 8. 9. One more. Give me one more. Good. All right. All right. Once we do your other side, we'll call it on these. That's 1 warm-up set, 2 working sets. But when we're doing a unilateral movement, it takes forever. The sets are longer because you're only doing one side at a time. So I'm not gonna push 3 working sets for a unilateral exercise for the most part, just 2. 1 warm-up, 2 working.
I feel so out of shape.
No, you're doing great. It is though, it hits different. That's why I like stuff like this. I like the tools, I love this machine too. There's so much you can do with it. You could squat, you could RDL, you can split squat, it's awesome. Get Mary over there. What? I can see that. Stalking you back.
Okay.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. So I like this gym too. I think Devin and Andrew are on the stair machine right now. It's a party. All right. Last one of these. Slow down that descent. You got it. Real slow on the way down. Good. Yes. Good. You want to feel it. All of it. Feel your glute all the way down until it starts splitting into your hamstrings. Yes. Yes. Good. Yep. Halfway. Halfway there, girl. Yep. 4 more. Big glutes. Yep. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 1, 2. Yes. Good.
Whew.
Last one. Yes. Good. Hey, there it is. I love those. Crushed it. All right. We'll get a little bit of hamstring in there too. I'm gonna give you a break from all that. Yeah. This way. How do you feel about dumbbell RDLs, or is that you like them? Or,
I think I need more practice with them.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get into that form. I'll have you start with just warming up some seated. So for these, the form that I want you to have is I'll show you. I want you to get set up, put this all the way down so your knees are kind of smashed. I want you to lean forward and think about like almost rounding your back. So you're gonna come forward here. The reason why we're doing that is because when you lean forward, your hamstrings are starting in a lengthened position, so we can get a better stretch that way. So my hamstrings are already longer than if I'm sitting back here. So they're lengthened, we're getting a really big stretch at the top, toes angled slightly in. Hold that stretch for a second where there's tension, squeeze all the way down. Okay. We need to move. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Yep, and then flex your feet, toes slightly angled in. Yep. Good. Lean forward even more. There you go. Round like your grandma. Yes, the opposite of everything I've ever told you to do with your back. Good. Yep. Good. Why do I feel like that's stopping early? I think it might just be super light. Hang on, let it go all the way for a second. All right, try that. This is just a warm-up set. Do you like 12? I'm gonna grab dumbbells. Super easy.
I feel it.
Huh?
Said I feel it.
Okay, good, good. I like how there's this space here so we can just do this. Okay, so show me your dumbbell RDLs first. Slow it down to a little bit slower than you normally do it. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, so the problem here and what's gonna get you into your back is go all the way down again and pause. Your shoulders are below your hips. you don't want that body position because that's gonna get into your back. So when you go down on a dumbbell RDL, you wanna go down, but you never want your shoulders to get below your hips. So I want you to stop when your shoulders are above, and in order to get that last range of motion, you're gonna bend your knees a little bit.
Okay.
So go ahead and go back, push your hips back. Pause a little bit deeper, pause here, yep, and then you can, yep, sit down with bending your knees. That's gonna be more glutes. Squeeze it up. So just don't let your upper body hinge so much. There, come up. Try to put, yep, good. Good, yep. And try to keep your legs, so when you initially push your hips back, think about this, and then we start going down. So push away first with your legs pretty straight and then go. Yes, yep, and then drop. Yes, good. Good, how does that feel?
Different.
Good, different, good. Yep, perfect. That's it. These are, we can increase the weight. I just want to make sure you feel good with these first. Pinch your back too. Yep, there. Hold that the whole time. Nice. That looks way better. Pinching your back was like the last step. Good. Yes. Good. Those look money. Yep, good. All right, go ahead and relax. Feels good? Feel your glutes? All right, back on the curls. We'll go a little more here. 12-ish. 15 if you can. You feel like you could go heavier here? Or do you want to keep these?
I want to keep it.
All right, we can keep it. We'll go heavier on the hamstring curls. Heavier on the machine controlled, lighter on the free range. All right, let's get it. Yep, think about sucking your belly button to your spine. Yep, good, that's it. Curl, good. Good. Yep, good, curling it all the way in. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale on the way down, yes. Yep. Yep, there we go, nice. Good. Yep. All you still. Good, I didn't do anything. Come on. Good.
One more.
One more. Hold it at the bottom for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. There we go. Good. You can take a sec before you jump right into the RDLs. Your leg biceps on fire?
They are on fire.
Good. Good. So that was your first working set. We'll jump in, we'll do 1 or 2 more here, and then move on. Don't worry, your next exercises are gonna be easier than this. It's gonna be easier, just more glute isolated, which is not as like CNS taxing, painful, pushing past failure. All right, let's go for like same thing, somewhere in the 12 to 15 range here. And I want it to be 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, pause, squeeze. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, pause, squeeze. Back tight, yep. Good, much better on the form with those. Yes, ma'am. This is a RDL. This is not a stiff leg because we are allowing some bend. So this is a dumbbell RDL, not a stiff leg RDL, just to be clear. Those are different. This is more glutes. Good. Yep. Good. Keep your back tight, pinched. Abs tight, yes. Good. Nice. Uh-huh. Good. Picture perfect. Good. Nice. Yep, go ahead and take a second. Those feel different, good? Yeah. Yeah, it's more glute. So again, stiff leg, we wouldn't allow that bend, and it's gonna be more hamstring. I'm already burning her hamstrings on the seated curl, and this is like more of a glute day. So her hamstrings are already spent, they're tight, so I'm gonna focus more on the glutes with those RDLs. Plus, it's gonna save her back. So after doing like a single leg split squat where she's being challenged, and again, if you need to save your back especially, don't do the stiff leg, just do a regular dumbbell RDL. All right, killing it. That weight feels okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's heavy.
Okay. Perfect. Good. We'll make this one an intensity set like your last one. Do one more set of those and then move on to kickbacks. Good with the toes in. Good, leaning forward, hinging, big stretch, yes. Good control. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. Good. Especially as you get tired, think about your knees pushing up into this, like literally a bicep curl. Your knees is the anchor stabling point, and then we're curling under. Yes. Good. All right, ready? Last big up with some pulses. Give me 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out slow, 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 slow. Good, done. Yes, ma'am.
So, just for a reminder, are my toes like eagle toe to the floor? Or
Yeah.
are they lifting up a little bit?
You know, your toes might come up a little bit just because you are pushing your hips back. What's more important than your toes here is that they're pointed straight. Before you start, roll your knees out like this. Yes. So, knees back tight, go down. Yes. Good.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Nice. That feel a little different? It's almost like it activates your glutes before you even start the descent.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Picture perfect dumbbell RDLs, literally. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. Nice. Her glutes are starting to twitch a little bit, which is really good. That means like those muscles are like trying to fire hard. Good. Good. Nice. That's it. Those are perfect. Perfect, perfect.
Ooh.
Yep.
Alrighty, that's 15.
Yep. All right. Enough of that. Nice work. We gotta train soon too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see how you feel about this one. So this one's kind of interesting. Make sure it's set up correctly. It's very targeted. So we want this. Let's see. All the way forward. So what you're gonna do is you're going to make sure that all this is correct. Yes. Okay. So you're gonna put one leg up here, and your other foot's gonna come on here. You're gonna stay nice and upright. You're gonna kick back this way. You want it to be really slow and controlled, especially on the way back. A lot of the value in this one is like partially the contraction up, right? So I'm almost thinking about extending my leg as straight as I can on the way back. And then you want to fight it on the way in, because that's when you feel the most tension down. Let it stretch forward and then come back here. Starting with your weak side as well on this one. Hey, oh, you're so good. I'm just saying what's up. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Is my foot like straight this way, or is it kind of going forward?
You can kind of play with it. The key is just to make sure you don't want to be explosive on this movement. This one is all about control.
Is this far back enough?
Try to kick up a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. How does it feel? Yep, so then fight it on the way back. Yep, you want to feel a stretch in your glutes, so more forward, more forward, more forward, more forward, more forward, and kick back. Yep, and you're almost kicking in that like half circle. Yep. You feel it? Yeah. Good, yep. Nice, your glute is working. You feel that? That's good. So, and this one is very specific. You see what I mean about like your tie-in and that glute specifically, like right in the middle. That's what we want. You're twitching and everything. Does it feel heavy or does it feel okay?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Because on the way up, it feels okay, but as soon as I get like right here,
yeah,
it starts feeling heavy.
So let's get 10. I'm gonna help you get that last little bit on the up.
Okay. But yeah, I do feel it on the way up.
Yeah,
right
good.
Here.
All right, let's go up a little more. Good. I'm gonna help you with that last little bit. Good. We'll get 3 more. Good. 2 more on the side. Good. You know, part of why she's having trouble kicking all the way up, it's that same tight hip. So what was kind of preventing her from, you know, comfortably sitting into that split squat with the stretch in her quad, it's the same thing here. You have to be flexible enough to open that hip all the way back. So again, stretching is really important in being open here for maximizing your glute movements.
That's exactly how I feel like
yeah.
it is. I know I don't stretch enough either.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like I know that about myself. I need to be better at it.
I could show you some like stretches that are super quick, simple, easy that'll fix it right up. Good. Yep, good. So all I'm helping her do on this is literally just basically force that hip open so she can squeeze her glute harder. Good. You're a little more open on this side. Yeah, see, you're getting almost all the way up by yourself. So your right side is tighter than your left.
Yeah, I have a little story on why I think my left is a little stronger too. Because it's weird, I'm right, like, dominant, normally.
Good. 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 We're just going for 10 on this side. Yep. Oh, nice. Okay. Good. That was a good one.
I think one more, right?
Yeah, I feel like you're definitely a 10. You're probably good there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was gonna mention that like years ago, I went like on an 8-mile run.
Okay.
And then after I did that, I felt like I hurt my sciatica nerve on my right.
Okay.
And then ever since then, it's never been the same.
Huh, that's interesting.
So that's why I feel like my left is stronger ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't hurt me anymore, but I would still struggle with RDLs.
Yeah.
At least on this leg.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just feel like this leg's just like slightly weaker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, my right leg is also weaker.
Yeah.
But for me, I had a horse flip over backwards on top of me when I was a kid and roll off my right hip. So it smashed it. And so even like I used to do CrossFit, and anytime I did anything overhead, I would twist to the right just because it was like, it didn't hurt though. It was weird.
Yeah.
But like
Your
sometimes,
body's reflex.
yeah, even in my back pose, I have to think about twisting my hips to the left because I naturally want to fall back right. So that's another thing. And that's common too. Like even for people who didn't have something traumatic happen, like normally your hips might sit a little bit off and you have to really think about evening it out or twisting. So it's...
Do you think massages help with that?
I think the right massage helps, which actually, Corey, he does fascia work. I can show you. So for me, I'm bound up at the top of my glutes. Like I have lines in my back pose from where there's like a bunch of tension, and he can fix that. So like even in your posing, it's like if you show him pictures and something's off, or like if you tell him something's off with training, he is what is it, a doctorate of, he's a chiropractor too, so he can adjust you, but he knows all the things about tension lines and where to fix stuff. So I don't think any sports massage, but I think that works. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Yep, think about kicking in that half circle. Nice. See how your hip is already more open just after me helping? So after I spotted her the first set, she's already like opening up a little bit more there.
Sometimes I feel like I need that like feeder set too.
Yeah. So like even for you, like before you train glutes on your own, it might be a good idea to do a couple stretches to open it up so that way you can get it right away on that first set. But then like even me spotting you and helping you get that open, like it's made a huge difference in your range of motion already on this exercise. Good. Good. And it'll be the same thing this set. We're just going for like 10 per side.
Okay. This one will be 6.
Good. Nice. Good. Remember, think squeeze, not power. Squeeze, yes, that's perfect. That was right. Because this is one of those machines where it's like if you use power and you get momentum, it'll mess up the, what's the word I'm looking for?
The flow?
Yeah, but it's like the
range of motion.
The tension. Yeah, because it's not, it's plate loaded. So like a cable or a band will have tension all the way, but if something's plate loaded and you force it, you get momentum on that lever and then it's not the muscle doing the work anymore. Huh? Yeah, I know. It's hard, the words. Where are the words? Where are the words today? Speaking of today, did you tell your dad Happy Father's Day?
Not yet.
That's okay.
But we're taking them out to dinner tonight.
Good.
So, which is why I'm happy I'm also getting a leg day in.
Yeah, yeah. I almost forgot it was Father's Day. I was about to make a post about posing, my top 3 posing mistakes, and I was like, it's Father's Day. Make a post about your dad. Posing can wait till tomorrow. Nice. Good. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. I only want to do 2 sets there because I want to show you some other cool stuff in here. So I want to do this bent leg hyperextension. This is like my favorite. We may or may not be able to do this one with weight yet. Let me see. Let me get the machine right. Yeah, so basically, your feet go up on this platform with your heels like kind of up against the back, right? So if we were to add weight, you would grab this handle here. I like to push this all the way back with this pushing away from you because we want that stretch, right? So you would grab this, and I think I've told this before from programming, but like with a glute focused hyperextension, you don't want to be arching your back like this. It's like the hamstring curl. We want to be actually rounding our back and thinking about our shoulders kind of coming forward. And then we're going to squeeze up here, keeping our chin tucked. That's going to protect our low back and keep all the tension in our glutes. And so your breathing is going to be in, exhale. So without any weight, I want to see how that feels because we may need to adjust this for your hips and everything. And like with your first time doing it, like I said, this we might not even need to do any weight today.
Okay. So just about right here?
Yeah, push your hips down so your knees are more bent. Yes.
Okay.
Shoulders forward, abs tight, chin tucked, squeeze up. Yes, that's the glute squeeze I'm talking about. Good. Think about rounding your shoulders. Yep. Abs tight. Good. How's the glute squeeze?
It hurts.
Intense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. Are you feeling it in your low back at all or no?
No, mostly my glutes.
Your glutes? Okay, good.
And a little bit in the hammies.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it in your hamstrings too a little bit. That's also why I like this one on Glute Ham Day. Nice. All right, this time go ahead and drop that and then do 5 more, just body weight.
Okay.
And again, really think about rounding, hunching over like your grandma. 2. Yep, and don't worry about squeezing up so high. Only come up until your glutes squeeze so we stay out of that back. Good, the range of motion, yes, that's it. The range of motion doesn't have to be huge. Yes, good. Good. All right. All right. And then we'll do a little booty superset with the Gluteator leaned all the way back. So the reason why I'm leaning this all the way back, what we just did here is for your glute max and for your hamstrings. It's not really gonna get too much of that upper glute. But when we're pushing this, so when you lean all the way back, You want to keep your abs tight and you drive out. This is going to get that upper glute, right? So your chest is up. You're almost thinking about like kind of arching, keeping your hips down, squeezing. This is going to be that shelf. These exercises, that one is a little bit different, but like the kickback, these are not super taxing on your central nervous system. So it's like you can superset these pretty easy. Because again, you're working hard, right? Like you're pushing, you're squeezing your glute, but it's not like a split squat on a Rogers. All right. See how those feel. And we'll go for like 10 to 15 of each of these just for a couple sets to finish it off. Okay. Not trying to kill you with volume today, like literally 2 sets of each.
Are my feet okay? Like right here?
Yeah, so you want your knees to be pushing this. Remember, your chest is gonna be up, almost about arch. Yep, good. And then you're gonna kind of push it down with your heels and squeeze your knees out gently. So remember, this is a plate loaded, this is kind of light for you too, that's okay. Let me put another 25 on there. You don't want momentum on this. Because remember, anything that's plate loaded, it's gonna mess up that tension. Okay. So squeeze it out, yep. Good. Good, and then look, you can see, yep, squeeze out. Good. You see your glutes shaking? Yeah. So it's all about abs tight, keeping that waist tight, push out. Yes, you see it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want. Yep, big squeeze here. Yes. Mm-hmm. 4 more, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, try to keep your hips down, push your heels down and your knees out. Yes. Down and out is where you want to put pressure here. Yes. 2 more, I think, right? You're like 8. I'm so bad at counting, always. I lose count, I'm so focused on the movement. All right, last one, let's go. Yes, good.
Oh.
How's that feel?
I feel like my range of motion's really like short.
Yeah, so that's the thing too. Again, part of it's gonna be opening the hips, but like your power was there at first. We literally have 1 more set on each of these and then we're done. Okay, yeah. But that too, I mean, I threw another 25 on. We can always back it down to a 10. All right, and then we'll do just 1 more set of each.
Right.
But sometimes too, even on abductions, like if you have a training partner or somebody to help you go heavier and then just get that last little range of motion, that's what gets you the best glute squeeze.
Yeah, I don't have the machine at OVAC, but sometimes to spice it up, I'll put like a band too, like around my shins and then abduct that way.
Yeah, you know what actually works really well is if you take a long band and you put it around the machine and around your shoulders, so you're resisting it upwards and then abducting.
That's a good idea too. Okay.
Yep, heels, good. Yep, good. Chin tucked, abs tight. Good. Try to keep your arms straight here. Yes. They're just connecting the weight to your body. Beautiful. Yes. All in your glutes. Squeeze up until you can't. Good. Nice. Good. Yep. Yep, big glute squeeze, nice. Good control on the way down too. Good.
And then 5 body weight.
Huh?
And then
yep.
5.
Yep. Get a few more body weight. Good. Mm-hmm. Nice. All right, last thing and then you're done. Right there.
This is random, but have you ever noticed that you have a lot of veterans on your team?
Yes. I do. And you know what else I attract? Because I used to be a rodeo kid. I attract horse people too. I do. I get horse people and veterans for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Good. Good. Yes. Yep, I got you on these, don't worry. Good. Good. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Good. Yep, good keeping your hips down. Yes, good. 7, let's get 3 more. I'm gonna pull a plate off and then you're gonna do 10 more. Drop set on these. That's 8, 2 more, and then we're dropping. 9. 10, good. All right, 10 more. Good. Good. Mm-hmm. 4, good, let's go. 5, come on. Get these last 5 nonstop, let's go. 1, fast. 2, 3, 4, 5, good. Hey, that's it.
Whew.
Nice. Glutes pumped?
Yeah. Glutes annihilated.
Yeah. Glutes, a little bit of hamstring. Solid.
That was really good.
Yeah. I know we did more stuff that's specific to this gym, but even when it comes to like the split squats with your foot position and where we want your hips to be and slowing down, like hopefully you can take some of that into your own, like when you're doing split squats or even the step back lunges as far as like the heel position, because it's all kind of the same. The dumbbell, RDLs, stuff like this. I mean, obviously that's gonna be, you know, you can mimic that on a GHD. The only thing is your hips don't have support. So your knee would be on the pad, which is even, that's like a Nordic curl. Those are really hard, but couple things that can be applied, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like intensity.
Yeah, right? And that's the thing, even if you're not pushing a ton of weight, just slowing down the reps or adding those pulses at the end, the holds on the hamstring curls, you know, the drop set here, like there's a lot of intensity sets that we did, but we only did 1 or 2 per thing. So we warm up, start working, maybe add 1 or 2 of those, move on, and that's it.
Thank you.
Did the soul leave your body a little bit?
My body.
Okay.
It's coming back slowly. I think I struggled a lot with the RDLs, especially like doing them on my own when I am by myself. And if I'm completely honest with myself, I don't do them enough because I always struggle with the form.
Oh, so you avoid them. You
I
avoid
do avoid them,
Okay.
yeah, and I feel like my hamstrings need work because I avoid them.
So
Now I
okay.
feel like I'll keep those cues in mind that you mentioned too. I feel like I've always needed help with those.
Good, yeah, no. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
everybody struggles with RDLs at some point and they're really tricky. And like, that's why it's like, man, I wish, you know, we could fit like 10 exercises into a session because there's a lot of single leg variations I could show you too that like help isolate, especially when you feel like you have a weak side. So sometimes when you're struggling with the muscle, like doing a unilateral variation can actually help your mind-muscle connection in your form until you can get it with both. Like when I trained Celeste on shoulders, we did the same thing with her front raise. She felt better doing 1 at a time until she could get both. And RDLs can be really similar, and there's several different ways that we can do a single leg to like stay out of your back. Because the most common things I hear is like, I feel my back, or I don't feel my glutes or my hamstrings at all. So it's like, even if you're not in pain, it still doesn't feel the way that you want it to.
Yeah,
but those,
too. I used to like the little pinch
Yeah.
right there, but the way you showed me, I didn't. I also liked the intensity with a lot of our sets. We did a lot of like pulsing. I
yeah,
don't do that a lot.
Yeah.
I do drop sets sometimes on my own, but
right,
those pulses were killer.
yeah. And I
Especially
think,
on the hip thrust.
yeah, the order of exercises too. So like we started pumping her glutes and like there's different like glute or hamstring focused RDLs, but like I think starting with your glutes and then kind of pre-exhausting it with the hamstring curl. So it's like no matter if you're doing an RDL, your hamstrings are stretching, we're getting a little bit, but like I feel like a lot of people do miss the glutes, and it's like what the mistake that I saw with you, I see with so many people where their shoulders come below their hips, and then it's all basically the tension is on your low back at that point.
Yeah.
So just knowing where to stop with your upper body, and then it's okay to bend your knees to get that last little bit, that's gonna put the emphasis in your glutes, save your low back, and then you can push a lot heavier. So like if you find that you're not able to progressive overload your RDLs because they don't feel good, like definitely have somebody look at your form or send a video to your coach or get with a trainer, because that is a key movement when we're talking about building the glutes. So I'm glad, like if there was even one thing today, like that's a huge win that you can take back. And like even later, it's like if you're doing them at the gym and you're like, this doesn't feel right, just send me a video and I'll remind you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys would like to follow the journey of Bianca, some of the other athletes that you've seen me train, Sardia, Natasha, Celeste, make sure you guys check out the links in the description. You can see my team page, All Star Physiques, my personal Instagram page, That Nutrition Chick. If you're looking for a coach and you're interested in working together, I'll have a link for that. So make sure you guys check out the description for all that fun stuff. But make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell button, and we'll see you guys next time.